That's what my buddy says, at least. Every time I slap a rat slam down, he's like, oh, this one's gonna be a good one. Secret rats. You gotta keep it hidden. The demand's too high. Just get all weird.
Tony Hawk.
Cool. I'm Trey Martinho, and
don't look at me.
Don't look at you.
Oh my God, that was so good right then.
You say don't look at you or do look at you?
To look at me, but like,
okay.
It was so good.
I feel like it's weird. I'm Trey Martinho, and I live up in Santa Cruz, and I'm a surfer and a shaper. This is a 9.4 nose rider that's kind of based off of a Malibu chip in the sense that it's got that really wide kind of tail block, and it's like 18 inches at a foot, so it's super wide up there, but still kind of wide point back, and has more of that teardrop concave thing to kind of slow you down because it's pretty flat rockered out the back, so it kind of hauls. It's on a nose ride and just slipped out. I clocked it. I thought I broke my arm. Tried to swim in and ended up body surfing on one arm because I was like, this thing is torched. Not symmetrical, so then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do some opaque abstract type thing to try to cover it. The fin on this is refoiled from, I think, one of those Justin Quintal pivots that are like massive like that. And I had that, and besides just a Greeno 4A in this, I couldn't find something that really worked that good for it, so I kind of foiled this chippy, yatery-ish kind of outline to try to have a little lower aspect and hold in all that wide tail, but then not be super flexy and squirrely. Kind of like anchors it in good. With a really big fin, and then all the surface area, it's like starts getting slow. So kind of a short one that's like a little wider feels pretty nice. I lift it this way. It's got like a pretty thick kind of foil in the back to kind of have more to push off, but also so I can kind of drop this concave in the deck that also kind of helps slow it down because it doesn't really have that traditional longboard kick in it, and that's been feeling pretty good. But I think on the next one maybe scoop it even deeper if I do the same kind of thing. Thunder. I feel like a lot of times, especially with a more flatter rocker, it's releasing so much water off the back that it's not sucking the board down in the tail to lift up the nose. So then by adding like that little concave flick just on the deck, you're getting the water to wrap and then kick up, pushing down the tail and then lifting up the nose. It's kind of the theory on it. And then that combined with the teardrop-y concave, where it's kind of more of a hard exit right here, definitely helps it lift up and lets you kind of stay floating longer. I don't know how to start with this thing. I shaped this thing back in 2021, so it's getting on the older side to the point where the resin's starting to show through, and the fin is just torqued, flexy. It's been one of my favorites for so long. It's something I keep coming back to. And when I first made it, it was kind of for this project me and my friend were working on. It was like pretty much try to make them look messed up as much as you could. And I really didn't expect it to go how good it goes, but it's super performance-y. This like whole clustering gives it like this drive off the bottom that wants to send it up. I think part of the reason that's doing that for feeling so nice is because the cant and the toe, both angles kind of increase as you go out. So I get this feeling when I'm like wrapping over that it's like I'm like onto each next kind of point, and it's allowing the rail to like ease in, and then you get on the rail, and it's got this magic thing with it, which is crazy because it looks so weird, and I just didn't expect it to do what it does. So the board that I plan to make this trip is pretty much the same idea here, and then just a little bit more nose rocker and a little narrower. A bird is fully surrounded by air. It's in one medium, and a fish is completely surrounded by water. So there's no really reason for them to be asymmetrical, because it's just if they're streamlined and they're surrounded, they're not dealing with even there's also the toe side, heel side thing, which is even another layer of that same situation we're dealing with. But I trip out on just like how we're dipping into these two mediums, and it's not even on like a flat plane. It's like a sloped double medium existence we're trying to feel on.
You want me to do the
Yeah, because I don't know where to put them. Like,
well, see, the more random, the better.
I know, that's why I like.
Don't just fucking like don't think about it.
I know, I can't do that.
Just like. I wonder if this is too dark. It's hard.
I almost got thrown. I really like the idea of having like a continuing medium of board where it's all fiberglass and foam. There's no wood, there's no fiberglass panel, there's no wood fins. It's all foam and fiberglass, so it's kind of a continuous flex and medium. And even to the point where you could probably glass the fin on first and then shape it on, so it's almost like all totally connected. But I think what my plan is to kind of take that idea, and on my new version of this, it has the stringers stopping up here, so just the tail is all flexed out in foam. And so at least it'd be cool to do them all, but I think I'm gonna start with just doing the canards and this one especially out of foam, because then it'll flex the same as the whole tail instead of having this kind of rigid and stringer like kind of stopping point. Whereas maybe if it's foam like these guys bending with the back end of the tail, it'll have a good spring back, but also kind of be the one piece that this thing has that feeling of like conformity through the whole board, that I think is a pretty interesting concept to explore.
Is that a full beer flex or a half beer flex?
It's a full beer flex. Thinking about it, like if I was on a desert island and there's a perfect wave out front and you have a shaping bay and all the materials, I think at some point everyone's gonna start getting weird, you know? It's like, you're like, oh, it's pumping, I'm riding a thruster, I'm ripping, sick, like, tube, cut back, yeah. And then you're like, okay, I do that for like a couple years, and then you're like, okay, maybe I'll tweak this a little, and then maybe I'll tweak that a little. And I think really at some point everyone is gonna get to something that whoever lands on that island is gonna go, what the fuck are you making? You know, like, because it's personalized for them. If everyone's shaping their own surfboards and personalizing it for them, everyone's different. Everyone's gonna be on something weird on their own trip. And I think that, you know, that's something that that all of us can kind of learn from, even in day-to-day life, right? Of it's like everyone's on their own line, on their own trip, and it's kind of doing their own thing, and it's not, you know, the end of the world to have that diversity, you know, especially in the water on different boards.